Ball with Christian Gecka now. And Mark MacArthur playing it right back. Jack Brown, if those that were watching remember, came off against Trinent a couple of weekends ago, just holding his groin, so not quite in full fitness. Ryan Murray trying to get that ball into the box early. Of course, Ryan Murray, Young Player of the Year this year. It's fantastic to see Ryan picking up that accolade. He's been very consistent, playing in a number of positions for the Braves this season. McLaren swings that in. It's towards Ross McNeil at the back post. So we got Connor McLaren on this left-hand side, and Zach Butterworth out on the right. Connor quite comfortable on both feet, so it shouldn't hamper his ability to get at his defender. Being able to go down the outside or cut inside on that right foot of his. And we know from what we've seen from Zach Butterworth, he will take every opportunity that he can to really attack that left back from Newton Stewart. Very happy to travel with the ball at his feet, Zach. Greg Stewart commanding at the back again. For those who maybe not caught the video updates, Greg picked up Player of the Year for the season. Again, another one I think thoroughly deserved for the level of consistency in Greg's performances this season. Robbie Stewart now. Looking for Ryan Murray running in behind. Ryan played the last couple of games in that maybe more natural central midfield role to him. Certainly where he was playing when I first saw him for University of Stirling. Looks like he's going to be the kind of number 8, if you will, who's looking to push forward there with Christian holding in midfield so far. Ewan Drysdale there in goal for Newton Stewart. Just assessing his options. This looks like it's going to go long. And that left back position for Newton Stewart, we have Robbie Murray. So he's going to be having that duel with Zach Butterworth this afternoon. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on out there. So unfortunately, don't know too much about the Newton Stewart players. I know they've had quite a good season for themselves. They'll be a bit disappointed finishing second in the league down in the south of Scotland by, I think it was just about 1 point to Lochar Thistle. But certainly, in terms of form, having only lost twice this season, they'll be, as I say, a little bit disappointed to finish in second. So a solid outfit. Be interesting to see what they bring to this game. Getka just try to lift that one out of danger. Connor putting pressure on. Robbie Stewart clearing the ball. It's a real tussle there between Lennon Walker and his number 20 counterpart, Jack Marshall. So I'm sure a lot of the Braves players who are in today thinking that there's an opportunity here to impress the manager before the trip to Italy. Hopefully we'll be able to take as many players as we can. It was 2 games back-to-back on the Saturday and Sunday. That's really going to test the legs and the stamina of the lads. That's Middleton there for Newton Stewart. Connor McLaren there putting his head in. A little volley attempted by Marshall from the edge of the box for Newton Stewart. Managed to get his body shaped quite nicely over that to keep it down, just a bit off target. I would suggest that if it had been on target, there wasn't enough pace in it to really trouble Bernie and the Braves' goal. McCardle now. So Jack McCardle there, maybe a face that not many people are too familiar with. He's a player who's came up from the development, the under 20s squad. He's been on the bench a few times, and he's got a few minutes in the first time this season, but it's a chance to impress now in a starting position with both Dan Martins and Jack McDowell out. I did get the chance to see the under 20s a couple of weeks ago. Jack played in that game. He did look kind of head and shoulders above a lot of the players that were there. Kind of metaphorically and literally, he's a big lad. Yeah, Brandon, they're just talking about the progression of the club. It has been a fantastic progression. That's absolutely, Brandon, in terms of where we came from last season and the ambitions around the team as a whole. Just the fact that we're sitting third in the league and, as I say, 2 semi-finals this week, one in a domestic and one in a European trophy, is just outrageous, to be perfectly honest. Also good to see Barney back in goal before we head out for that Phoenix Trophy. So Kyle having a fantastic, personally a fantastic game against Trinidad. I know we lost that game, but those 2 penalty saves from Kyle he mentioned it in the chat with Ricky afterwards. It was really nice to see Kyle get his moment, having worked so hard all season. Getka there. And Jack McCardle just shepherding that ball back to Bernie White. Oh. Bit of a swinger from Bernie's left foot there, but the Braves have managed to come out with the ball. Murray now. Getting that width from Martin MacArthur. You see that straight away, Zach Butterworth demanding the ball into his feet. He's wanted every opportunity he can get to get that ball, get turned and run at those defenders. Stewart to McLaren. Murray. Nice little triangle movement there from the Braves. Ryan Murray now. Getting on his right foot, just floating that one in. Service for Newton Stewart. Clear that ball off of Ryan Murray and a little bit of respite for Newton Stewart. The Creesiders, as they're known. So a bit of information around Newton Stewart itself for anybody who's not familiar with it. Newton Stewart is a town down in Dumfries and Galloway, kind of halfway between Dumfries and Stranraer, down on the Solway Firth. Often referred to as the gateway to the Galloway's National Forest, as Conor McLaren now taking on the left back. And Newton Stewart managing to get that one free. It's a attempted volley there by Greg Stewart. But yeah, as we said, it was a town down in the south of Scotland. It's a lovely bit of Scotland. It's just got own little sub-climate down that way. Very popular for holiday makers and this ball now comes in. Murray battling in midfield. It does have some historical significance as well down that way in terms of Newton Stewart. The kind of first came into life around about 1600s when a very rich family, the Stewart family, owned a lot of land down there and decided that they would develop this idea of a planned town in the area right on the banks of the River Cree, hence the name the Creesiders. And that's a little header on target there from Conor McLaren. So that was around about the 1600s, but prior to that, if we go even further back in history, I'm sure a lot of people have heard the name Robert the Bruce. Fought many a battle against the English army. A famous one down that way, just a little bit outside Castle Douglas, known as I think it was like the Glentrool, about 10 miles outside the Castle Douglas, and there's a memorial there to that battle. I won't say which way it went because Scotland didn't win that many of them, but it was part of that ongoing campaign of Robert the Bruce. Walker now. Got Robbie Stewart in a bit of space. Murray. Oh, it's just out of Robbie Stewart's touch there. McCardle and Ryan Murray filling in at left back for Robbie Stewart. MacArthur. She's looking to feed that in early for for Ross McNeil. It's cut out. Now, and Murray to feed that into MacArthur. And Service looking to get that clear, but excellent pressure by Ryan Murray. Robbie Stewart now looking for a bit of an angle to get that ball in. Oh, that was almost onto the head of Ross McNeil. But Butterworth now looking to take a shot. Deflected. Conor McLaren. That's cleared up, and goalkeeper's going to be... No, he's flapped at that. Walker. Oh. Goalkeeper there. First bit of pressure on him, and he's not looking too comfortable. But Newton Stewart, a lovely tackle by Greg. Now Robbie looking for that diagonal out to Zach Butterworth. A little bit of a heavy touch from Zach, but he's kept hold of that. He's looking to take his man on. Oh, and that's just a yard or two wide from Butterworth as he went for that far corner. But, so the final bit of my history lesson for today. So as I say, Newton Stewart, around about the 1600s when it was developed. Newton Stewart FC, very historical team, a lot of teams in Scotland in that sense. The first kind of noted bit of a Newton Stewart football club was back in 1880. So been around for different guises for a very long time. That kind of historical background of football here in Scotland just shows exactly how young a team the Caledonian Braves are. How far that we've managed to come in such a short period of time. He's coming through, and that's into the back of the net. Aaron Drysdale pouncing on a wee bit of an error in the Braves' defence. Slots that past Barney White. It's a straightforward ball up. Unfortunately, a wee bit of indecision there in defence. The 12th minute there, that goal going in. Dumfries there in Virginia. Yeah, I'm going to hazard a guess, Hunter, that you're right. I think possibly Dumfries in Scotland might have been around a wee bit before Dumfries in Virginia. Yeah, again, another kind of historical bit of Scotland, Dumfries, with a relationship with the Bonnie Prince Charlie and the Jacobites as they marched down into England on their campaign. I'll not go into that, but it's an area that maybe goes unnoticed quite a lot when people come over to Scotland, with the kind of central belt and the Highlands being the focal point. But down in Dumfries and Galloway and even the Scottish borders themselves, there's Jack McCardle caught out there. Just needs to maybe have a wee second to settle down, Jack. He's Robert Middleton almost getting through that time for Newton Stewart. And ball's out with MacArthur now. Now Butterworth, can he keep that in? He has done. He's just tried to go in between the two, and he's been brought down. No need for that trip there from the Newton Stewart defender. I think Zach's touch was heavy enough that ball was going to go through a defender for clearance. But from a Braves point of view, we'll certainly take the free kick. Gives Conor McLaren a chance to put this ball into the box. Two main targets being Greg Stewart and Jack McCardle. Just at the back post there. The ball's coming in, and that's a free header to Ross McNeil, but good save by Drysdale in the Newton Stewart goal. Ross just not quite getting that to the side enough. Yeah, that 12th minute goal from Newton Stewart, which has given the Braves a bit of a wake-up call. McCardle now just needs to take his time. There we go. Get a few passes out and a few tackles, get a bit of confidence back. Butterworth now had switched on to this left-hand side. See Conor McLaren's over on the right. There's Butterworth now on the ball. Walker. Looking for that ball inside for Conor McLaren. Is he going to make it? I think that ball's ran out of play. I was unlucky, just a little bit too long there. So chance for the Braves there. Ross McNeil with that header from just inside the 6-yard box, but the keeper was down well. Close enough to him. Get a hand onto that. Ian Drysdale now sending that ball long. Maybe try to keep pressure on the Brave centre halves. A gap in midfield from the Braves there. Just Lennon Walker, the only one in a kind of 15 yards. Just the Braves coming into this game on maybe not the best form, certainly what we've shown this season. Butterworth now just dancing past a couple of the Newton Stewart defence. McLaren. He's got try to take him on the outside. On that left foot. It's cleared there by Service. It's only gone as far as Robbie Stewart and Ryan Money. And Conor McLaren just try to lift that in, but offside flag is up. And for MD's joining us late, I'm going to run through the lineups again, just so you know the 22 that are on the park. For the Caledonian Braves, we've got Bernie White goals. We have Martin MacArthur, Greg Stewart, Jack McCardle, and Robbie Stewart across the defence. In midfield, we have Zach Butterworth, Christian Getka, Ryan Murray, and Conor McLaren. And then up front, we have Lennon Walker playing just behind Ross McNeil. For Newton Stewart, we have Ewan Drysdale, Robbie Murray, Callum McDonald, Fraser Anderson, Harry Hay, Zach Service, Mark White, Robert Middleton, Aaron Drysdale, Jack Marshall, and Callum McKean. Robbie Stewart now bringing the ball forward. Looking for Conor McLaren. That's a nice run by Conor. He's got a bit of space. Can he get that across? He's gone to the back post. Butterworth just couldn't bring that under his spell. Zach now float that in with his left foot. That's been touched on. Robbie Stewart keeping the pressure on. Finds Conor McLaren. Conor looking to feed that into the back post where Ross McNeil was lurking. MacArthur now. Left. Callum McKean on the ball. Oh, that's a loose touch. Newton Stewart midfield, and Lennon Walker clearly just two hands on the back from Mark White, pushes him down. There's an opportunity here for Conor McLaren. Start maybe getting on about 30 yards outside, middle of the D. Not much of an angle for getting a cross in. Let's see what Conor goes for. He's tried to that kind of Cristiano Ronaldo style side foot to get some dip onto it. Didn't catch that right at all there from Conor. We have seen Conor hit a couple of free kicks this season. From what I could see. Greg Stewart now. Tried to get Zach Barworth in down that right hand side. But Robbie Murray for Newton Stewart's bringing that forward. Again, just looking to play that long, put some pressure on the Braves defence there. Mark White out on that left hand side for Newton Stewart. 12 minutes. See, I was paying attention this time. Not like against Trinidad, where nobody was looking. Right, long throw coming in the box here. Greg Stewart there at the front post. Marshall now. That's swung in. That's a dangerous looking ball in the 6-yard box, but Bernie was there. Now Conor McLaren on the break. Can the Braves get running? McLaren, he's got Ross McNeil in front of him. Lennon Walker trying to make up some ground. McNeil gets the touch through the legs to Butterworth. Touch back to Ross McNeil. Oh, and it's off the face of Jack Marshall. Christian Getka. That's wide from Christian. That's what we need to see from the Braves, that quick transition, counter-attack. Jack Marshall taking that one in the face. I'm not surprised he was down. And you enjoy they'll look to send this into the Braves half. Middleton and Drysdale up front for Newton Stewart, but that's straight on to Robbie Stewart's head. Mark White gets the flick on Middleton now, trying to get past Robbie and Greg. Robbie sticks to his task and clears that ball out. Hunter, you'll be alright, man, don't worry. Still early. Plenty of time. So the Southern Counties Cup's a cup that's been quite kind to the Braves. We have won it the last couple of seasons. And it would be lovely to kind of pull off a three-peat. And Butterworth there. Just putting pressure on Robbie Murray. Newton Stewart left back ending up right across here on the right wing. He's won him side a free kick for that pressure from Butterworth. And it'll be Murray looking to take this for Newton Stewart. Creesider's looking to load up the box. See this floated in towards Bernie's back post. And it goes. Bernie, loud shout. Comes out and commands that. For McNeil, can he get the touch? He does. Ross McNeil brings that down. Oh, the keeper gets a touch on it. So like the touch from Ross under pressure over his shoulder was absolutely lovely. He's furious with himself for that keeper getting a chance on there. Got to give credit to Ewan Drysdale in the Newton Stewart goal there. He kept himself up, made himself a hard target, a large target to get past. He's kept his side ahead. Corner comes in, and that's clear by Newton Stewart. So that's two big saves so far from Ewan Drysdale in the Newton Stewart goal. Robbie Stewart moves that on to Ryan Murray. Butterworth now tangling with Jack Marshall and Robbie Murray from Newton Stewart out on that right hand side. Another opportunity for the Braves there. Hopefully Hunter's still surviving, even though failed to capitalise on that one. We're going to see a Ryan Murray long throw into the box now. Again, you got McCardle and Greg Stewart. Jack McCardle wrestling there, trying to get over it, but Butterworth. It's hacked clear. Come on, Robbie. Good touch by Mark McArthur, but unfortunately he's not quite in the same wavelength as Jack McCardle there. The ball's run out of play. No. Yeah. Ball's back with McKean now. Is that looking out to Robbie Murray? Butterworth right onto him, but Murray's managed to dance past Zach Butterworth. That's an early ball into the box, back post. Middleton there for Newton Stewart. Got his head onto it, but he couldn't get any direction on it. Braves happy to see that going on. McCardle now to Stewart. Back to McCardle. You can see young Jack McCardle there get a few touches just to settle himself into the game. Lovely ball from Greg Stewart. Robbie Stewart now. Robbie, I would have liked to have seen him just attack that last defender a bit more. That's a bit of a rash challenge from Jack McCardle. That ball wasn't there to be won. Just that wee bit of inexperience from Jack. Apologies, I'm laughing at the noises Adam's making as he tries to stand up. It's almost as bad as me. I see Drysdale in the Newton Stewart goal here again. Look to, no, he's played it short. Yeah. Also, I should point out there are 4 different Drysdales in the Newton Stewart squad. So please bear with me. It's not that I'm just found a default name and using it as much as I can when I'm talking about the Newton Stewart players. I don't know if they are all related or not, but there are certainly four Drysdales in the match day squad. So try to remember which one's which. Some nice bit of play in the midfield there from Newton Stewart. Ball forward. And Bernie comes out to call that. He was under quite a bit of pressure there from Aaron Drysdale and from Robbie Middleton. Conor McLaren. Oh! Robbie Stewart and Ross McNeil running into each other. Gecko now with a bit of time. Greg Stewart. A lot of time and space to bring that ball in midfield. So you're not a stranger at one of these runs from Greg. He's found it out to Conor McLaren. Oh, Conor now, bit of a step over, looking to get that ball across. And Zach's service, standing up to the challenge, and ball's out for a corner kick to the Braves. And Newton Stewart goalkeepers looked a little bit anxious when the balls came in under that crossbar. So let's hope Conor can get that ball back under there. It's gone deep. Towards that back post. Butterworth now, if he can bring that down under his spell, he has done. Jack Marshall on him, but he's managed to get the cross. And there's Greg Stewart. Oh, and another good save by Ewan Drysdale. 3 good saves. Again, mate, just a good length for the goalkeeper, but he has still had to make the save. He should certainly be given credit for it. Single-handedly keeping Newton Stewart in the game at this point. Could be 3-1. I don't know if it's the same. It might be. Greg Stewart again. That Ranger confidence and range of passing on the ball, Greg, that comes from his days in midfield. Oh, that was a nice ball inside by Robbie Stewart. Just not quite on the same wavelength as Conor. There's actually nothing wrong with that ball. There was a nice one in between the right back and centre half there. Just not quite in the same wavelength at the moment, the Braves. That's forward again. By my old, jeez. Ball there, Jack McCardle. Robbie Stewart, he's again looking for that early run. Zach's service there, able to meet that with his head. Murray now trying to find Ross McNeil. Ross has got a touch onto it. And Zach coming in at the back post. He just beat into it there by Robbie Murray. We don't really see too many of these opportunities going begging for the Braves. We do need to take one sooner rather than later, hopefully. Coming up for the half-hour mark. Another long throw in from Ryan Murray. Okay, he's looking for Greg Stewart. It's going to be a foul on on Greg, a little bit overly physical there on the Newton Stewart defence. Certainly seen so far why Newton Stewart have had a very productive season this year, causing issues as they're going forward. As I say, a team that in their league only lost twice this season. Good play by Ryan Murray though. Getka, he's turning out towards Mar MacArthur. McLaren now going in search of the ball, finds himself in the right hand side. Ricardo. Greg Stewart always looking at what his options ahead of him are. Butterworth coming inside on his left foot. Rolls that into Ross McNeil. A little bit of an attempted give and go. Just couldn't get it through to Zach. Getka picking up that loose ball. And McCardle, unfortunately, that's loose touch. Middleton now for Newton Stewart. And Robbie Stewart's back there. Getka now. McLaren. Out to MacArthur. He's got Butterworth ahead of him. Lennon Walker's making that run through from his number 10 position. Robbie Stewart. Oh, that's over him now. Can Ross McNeil turn? He just couldn't turn quick enough. The ball wouldn't come down. Oh, so close. Fraser Anderson, though, putting that out. That's it. I think he's given a goal kick. Not entirely sure how that's a goal kick, but okay, one of those decisions that you have to live with. Obviously no VAR or that in Lowland League football. Oh, and I see the official catch-up is joined. Yeah, absolutely. Newton Stewart, as we were saying earlier, having a good season. I'm sure they'll be disappointed with getting pipped to the South of Scotland League. And definitely a different team than what the Braves faced in the final of this competition last year. That's well covered there by Zach Service. Give Ryan Murray another opportunity to get this ball into the box. Getka, back to Murray. And Ryan Murray keeping hold of the ball. As we've talked about many times when Ryan's played out on that left-hand side, maybe doesn't have that natural pace that the likes of Connor and Cammy and Zach have, but what Ryan does do is he uses the football very well. Pressure from Walker. Jack Marshall now for Newton Stewart. It's a nice little turn from him. And looking for that ball into Middleton. Putting pressure on it, Greg Stewart. Oh, Greg turning away there and skipping past Robbie Murray. Opening the game up here to Robbie Stewart. An early ball in from the Braves, just didn't quite have the shape on it to get around that last defender. Looking for McNeil at the back post. Here comes the ball from Ryan Murray. That's a good in. Oh, and a nice claim from Ewan Drysdale coming up over Zach Butterworth. Keeper looking a lot more confident there. I'm sure those 3 big saves will have done him the world of good as well. After a wee bit of anxiety early in the game when the ball was coming in. So maybe no surprise again that that ball was put towards young Jack McArdle. Letting Robert Middleton try and unsettle him, get into him as much as possible. Just maybe try to play on that little bit of inexperience. Murray now. So nice by Ryan over to Lyon Walker. MacArthur now, back to Walker. There's plenty of space down here on this left-hand side for the Braves. I'm sure Ricky would probably want the football moving a bit more quickly, try and exploit some of that. Ryan Murray again whips that in towards the back post, but a bit of in between two there. Too quick to allow Zach to get in at the back post, and a little bit behind where Ross McNeil could have attacked that more. Hunter, I hope your nerves are settling down. If you're still watching or if you're decided to hide. Now McNeil now again, put a little bit of pressure on Callum McDonald at the back. The Braves have had their opportunities. You see another long ball into the box. That's met by the head of Newton Stewart. Only as far as Getka. That's good pressure. Middleton now. Greg Stewart now. Mark White. Harry Hay, sorry. Putting plenty of pressure on him, but Greg turning this way and that, creating a bit of space for himself. McArdle. Ryan Murray and Christian Getka just switching positions in that midfield. McLaren now. Time looking for that ball at Ross McNeil. He's just trying to turn that around the corner to Lennon Walker. Clearance there from Newton Stewart. That's managed to stay in play. Middleton now. Again, just trying to put a bit of pressure on Jack McArdle. And the two number 8s clashing there, Mark White and Christian Getka. Again, another attempted quick ball over the top, just not enough distance on it. Marshall now looking to get that out towards Aaron Drysdale for Newton Stewart, but that ball will run out of play. You can certainly see what Newton Stewart are looking to do. Just hit those early balls up, try and put pressure on the Braves' defence, win the second ball and build from there. Something that the Braves have faced a few times this season. Murray back to Stewart and Robbie Stewart there. Lennon Walker. We've not seen too much of Lennon so far in this first half. Conor McLaren lets that go off the left foot. Well blocked though by Zach Service. Murray round the corner again. McLaren now on the right foot. Again, serve. Newton Stewart blocking that. Mark White there this time. And that's just gone out of play. Ryan Murray's not going to be able to catch that. Oh, I see Jacinto's on the stream today. A name very familiar for everybody on Discord and the like. So good to see that you're able to tune in for a game, Jacinto. Get cut out. And Zach Service finding himself in the right place for Newton Stewart. Another chance for Conor McLaren to get this ball into the box. You see how maybe I'd like to see from Conor those corners coming in a little bit flatter with a little bit more pace. Try and pose the goalkeeper a bit more problem. That's out for a corner on the other side. Here you see Ryan Murray go out with his left foot there. I think swing this one back under that crossbar. Murray now. Again, that's high and deep. Looking for Jack McCardle at the back post. For MD just tuning in, yeah, the score as you'll see is 1-0 to Newton Stewart. Aaron Drysdale scoring in about the 12th minute with a very nice finish. A little bit of a mix-up in defence from the Braves, allowing him in. And slotting nicely into Bernie's bottom left-hand corner. Bernie having no chance in the goal. Robbie Stewart switched that out to Mark MacArthur. And Robbie Murray straight in there. Anticipation from Newton Stewart point of view. Yeah, maybe a little bit slow in the build-up here. A ball over the top for corner. Oh, and he's got to get called offside. Look, there was a defender in there covering, but Conor McLaren's been called offside. Again, we give Ewan Drysdale credit in the Newton Stewart goal there. He was out sharp, narrowed down the angle, and gave Conor an obstacle that he had to get around. Again, Newton Stewart looking to put pressure on Jack McCardle. Service with a clearance there. Oh, that's maybe not a ball that Jack will thank Robbie for. That's a lovely turn from Ryan Murray. And looking for that instant ball out to Zach Butterworth. That's a lovely ball if Zach can make something of it. He's managed to pull that down, Zach. He stayed on his feet. So one of those times where if he hadn't stayed on his feet, there might have been a question to be answered, but the honesty of staying up, which meant the clearance was made without too much question. MacArthur now for Walker. That's out of play for a goal kick. And the grey clouds have come in, and the wind is picking up here in Scotland. Every time I come up here, you are a very, very bad luck charm. The furthest thing from Irish. When I left the house to come to Alliance Park, it was blazing sunshine. It was lovely temperature, but I was like, I'm going to bring a jacket because as soon as I climb that ladder, I've got a funny feeling the weather is going to change, and I'm glad I did. For some of the owners that were here 2 weeks ago, the difference that you may be seeing between the amount of wind that gets whipping across Alliance Park at pitch level compared to up here is quite significant. Robbie Stewart now, Jack McCardle. Just hearing from down below me, the assistant there saying there's about 2 minutes left. So about a minute of extra time can be expected. That's the first time I've ever had an indication of the kind of stoppage time that it's going to be applied. So it's quite a nice treat. As we kind of move towards the end of the first half, I think we're going to see from the Braves in the second half. I'm sure Ricky will want to see the ball moving a lot more quickly. It's a lovely bit of challenging from Ryan Murray. The ball moving a bit more quickly, really trying to exploit some of the space out wide that we've got. Certainly creating plenty of chances. I'm sure we'll be looking at it. Try and get a bit of quality in terms of finishing. We really should have had a goal or two. Newton Stewart going to end this with a bit of an attack from the corner. Jack Marshall going to be putting this in. Then towards Bernie. I was just over Mark White's head, and thankfully from our Braves point of view, Bernie was there to take that comfortably. Oh. So an attempted ball right through from Bernie White, just a wee bit too much pace in it. I'm not sure if Lennon was maybe going to get called offside, but Middleton now, he has been called offside. MacArthur now. I do get the feeling if we can just up the tempo a little bit with it and keep a bit of quality, we certainly should be able to get back into this game. And that's the first half done and dusted. So that 12th minute goal from Newton Stewart from Aaron Drysdale, giving them the advantage as we move into half time. With Mark MacArthur, Greg Stewart and Robbie Stewart as centre halves. Probably going to see Butterworth and Conor McLaren playing as wing backs. With two holding in midfield. So we got Christian Getcar and Ryan Murray looking like they're going to hold in midfield. And two up front with Connor and Ross McNeil, with Lennon Walker playing just off of them. So an attacking move, change in shape and formation from Ricky. And Reg very quickly into play, looking to link up with Ross McNeil. So we've seen the Braves move to a three at the back a few times throughout the season, usually quite late on in games. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes for the second half. Harry Hay now from Newton Stewart. Robbie Murray, he's had a good first half, but he's been caught under instant pressure. Good ball. Butterworth now taking it down that right hand side, cuts it back towards McLaren. You see that instant pressure, instant presence that Reg brings, helping Zach put the Newton Stewart left back under pressure. It's a slack corner routine there, but Ryan Murray's over, collect that. Murray now plays that in towards that back post. There's Reg. Oh, he's got under that. Again, it only took a matter of seconds for Reg to get himself involved in the game. And I'm sure from the owners that were over, they will be able to testify that he is very much the life and soul of the party off the field as well. Enthusiastic lad, Reg. Balls to him. Referee looking at his assistant now, and it's gone for Newton Stewart. I'm just having a wee scan around the Newton Stewart team, and I think it is the same 11, so I'll run through that for you. In goal, we've got Ewan Drysdale. We have Fraser Anderson, Robbie Murray, Callum McDonald, and Zach Service. And we have Harry Hay, Mark White, Jack Marshall, Callum McKend, and Robert Middleton and Aaron Drysdale up front. Barney now looking to send this one forward. It's coming a little bit short. Now, Reg McLaren looking to link up with Butterworth. A little bit of a heavy touch, but Zach manages to keep hold of that. He's trying to work a shooting, and he's hit that! Butterworth with a left foot from the edge of the box into the keeper's bottom left-hand corner. Lovely bit of play by Zach. Shown great strength to hold off the defender there when he took his first touch. As he came across the box, he's hit that with his left foot. Not the most powerful strike he'll ever hit, but it had the precision. And Ewan Drysdale there in the Newton Stewart goal just couldn't reach it as it rolled into that corner.
Reg and Connor call it the McLaren effect.
Oh my lord. Absolutely.
In full effect.
Yes, absolutely. And now Reg back on the ball. To his brother Connor, the McLaren effect there. And that's through to Ross. Ross is going to have a... And that's two! There we go. That's the finishing that we're used to Ross McNeil. Lovely play again. Reg McLaren involved in that build-up. That's the turnaround we want to see. 4 minutes into the second half, Braves 2 goals. Fantastic. You can see the smile on Ross McNeil's face. Certainly a different look from when the goalkeeper pulled off that one-on-one save. He's very angry with himself. And the sun's coming back out. There we go indeed. Robbie Murray. Middleton for Newton Stewart. And Middleton, he's pulled up his hamstring. That's a it's something that you never like to see. Robbie Middleton, or Robert Middleton. He's had a good game so far. As soon as he started to run there, he's grabbed that left hamstring. I think that's maybe all we've seen from him today. Greg Stewart looking for Robbie. He's tried to hit that ball out towards Zach, but he's missed that. Now Robbie Murray for Newton Stewart. And Fraser Anderson. He's got Aaron Drysdale. It's a little clip on the ankles from Christian Gedka. We're just going to see this substitution. I think that is definitely all we've seen from Robert Middleton. I'm sure Newton Stewart will be devastated by that. He was having a good game. Coming on as number 14 is Craig McCulloch. Maybe looking to get himself straight into the action here. Aaron Drysdale and Robbie Murray. I think Robbie Murray was probably one of the standout players of that first half. He played very well. Left back for Newton Stewart. Ball's coming in towards Bernie. That should be close enough. Get 2 solid fists on it from Bernie. That's a great ball through. Can Ryan Murray chase that down? Okay, well, we're instantly seeing the change of formation from Ricky at halftime there, as we're seeing a lot more support, particularly for Ross McNeil as the ball's coming out of the box with Reg and Lennon, and then the 2 wing backs. That's lifted in. Robbie over to Reg. Reg just tried to lift that in. Ross McNeil's there, and he's got a head onto that. It's a second goal of the game for Ross McNeil, and he walks away like that's something that he does every day. Another assist there from Reg McLaren. Provider of many a goal for Ross McNeil this season. (3-1) now to the Braves.
Ross for the second midfielder.
Yes. Walker now. Lennon Walker. We'd love to see Lennon get on a bit with the ball a bit more. That first half he was quite quiet. Butterworth. Yeah, just looking to take them on. Past 2, past the third. And he's managed to keep on that. He spins it. Gedka. Back to Butterworth. You're never going to get. Lovely. Christian. Back with MacArthur now. Murray. Braves trying to probe and push. Stewart out to Conor McLaren. That's a good challenge in there by Callum McKean. But again, you see from Zach Butterworth, as soon as he gets the ball, he's looking to get that, open up his legs, run at those defenders, and he's very comfortable with the ball at his feet. That's a good ball in towards Ross. He's got a flick on. Butterworth's going to get across. Just looking to turn his man. And I think he's gone out for a goal kick. That's a goal kick to Ewan Drysdale and your Stewart goal. I'm very sorry to hear the news there, Alison, in the chat. That's horrendous news, and you have obviously everybody here's sympathy and commiserations for that. Murray now challenging with McCulloch. I'm sure the whole community is sending you all the love that they can. Ryan Murray there, a bit of a missed kick on his right foot. Newton Stewart now. Lift that ball in towards the back post. Oh, bit fortunate from Martin McCarthy there. Aaron Drysdale lurking. Robbie Murray, shoelaces dangling. Ball in there, right on safe hands from Bernie. That was a difficult one, very close to the crossbar from Callum McKean, but Bernie was able to keep a hold of that. Ryan Murray concedes that Butterworth in plenty of space over on this right hand side. Instant control from Butterworth. He'll fancy his chances. He's going right through again towards that. On that left foot of his, he's still trying to find a bit of an angle. Reg McClan, that was a handball, referee. There's E2. Okay. Referee maybe taking into account the distance there. Was from that. I'm sure you would see that given in a lot of games, but we'll give the Newton Stewart player the benefit of the doubt. But there's just a little bit there that maybe go unnoticed as Zach was running across the edge of the box there. You saw Reg there just set a little bit of a screen, if we're thinking in terms of basketball sense, just to give Zach that extra wee bit of space, just to disrupt the defender's run and pressure as the ball comes over towards us. Yes, those little things maybe off the ball that you see from Reg just makes him such a nuisance for defenders, and one of the reasons why we enjoy his game so much as Braves supporters and Braves fans. Newton Stewart now, again, good pressure there. Ryan Murray and Butterworth this time, but came off the referee, I think. Greg Stewart. Now Robbie Stewart. Reg on the run. And Reg was looking for the ball just inside, and Robbie's played that down the wing. That'll be a throw into Newton Stewart. Again, just that slightly off. Not quite on the same page there, but the intention was good. MD, who's tuning in late to the second half, or the nice wee 10-minute spell there where the Braves came out 1-0 down, but quickly managed to get to 3-1 up, which is fantastic news. As I say, this is a trophy that we'd love to get to the final and have another shot at. Chance of defending it. Yeah, for a three-peat. Yeah. Yes. Oh, well, there we go. A bit of Braves history in the making. Adam was just in his first game with the Braves. Was the Southern Counties Cup final 2 years ago. Now Gekka. McLaren in that left wing back position to his brother Reg. And back O'Connor. Butterworth, he's off and running, but Greg Stewart's gone over to the left-hand side. Connor McLaren. Butterworth still in space. Oh, that's cut out there. Butterworth feel fancy running this again, and he's still got it. There's no foul there. Great cover there from Callum MacDonald, Newton Stewart. Certainly Fraser Anderson was struggling there as Zach Butterworth turned and faced him up. Drysdale now towards us. Martin MacArthur there putting his head in where he could get it hurt. Good commitment from Martin. Fraser Anderson could be looking to load this into the box for Newton Stewart. He certainly is. There's a throw in. Set out Walker there jumping. Ball still with Mark White out towards her. That's unlucky there from Callum McKean. Murray now. Mark White from Newton Stewart just lifting that out to their right hand side, but Robbie Stewart was there. Ross McNeil, that's a Connor McLaren. Christian Gecka just tried to turn out of trouble. He does really well. MacArthur. Connor McLaren just touches that inside to Reg. Back to his brother. Connor back to Reg. Reg is going to take that. Oh, and a good save from Ewan Drysdale. The McLaren effect in full flight. I'm going to take it, Hunter. I'm taking it. Absolutely lovely play from the brothers there. A good shot on target by Reg, but strong left hand from Ewan Drysdale in the box. That's a ball right in. Oh, and a rushed shot there by Mark White. I don't think he realised how much time he had. He managed to get in between those three centre halves. He had more time than he thought there. Rushed that, thankfully for Bernie, straight in towards his chest. Again, just a reminder there for the Braves though. McLaren trying to get a touch on that. Gecka manages to touch that at Butterworth. Healing. Again, Zach always try to turn his man and get at them. MacArthur. Greg Stewart. There's Ryan Murray. Oh, lovely ball in behind. If Zach's got the pace, that's just going to run out on him. The intention was there. The intention was there. Certainly seen some more positive action from the Braves in the Newton Stewart final third, or defensive third, final third for the Braves. I think Robbie's taking a bit of a knock in the head. The referee's going to pull this one off. Just a wee collision there as he went up for that. And Robbie will be all right. Greg Stewart now. Reg just dropping off, trying to be that link in between the defence and the attacking players. And when Reg is on his game, those balls in behind to the runners are something that he pulls off very well. Conor McLaren now. Oh, and he's had his ankles taken on the way there. We're going to see the first yellow card of the game for that. It was a, should we call it a professional foul? Taking one for the team from Harry Hay there. Lost out to Conor McLaren there and decided that Conor was going no further as he was starting to bear down on the defensive line. Coming up for 65 minutes into the game and the first yellow card. Certainly been an entertaining game, but not one that's been played in any kind of ill-tempered way. So it's and Robbie looking to fly that in towards Greg Stewart. Greg got under that though. And Robbie's after it, he's let it bounce. How's Robbie going to deal with that? He's taken the safety first approach, which is absolutely fine. The decision was there to be made, and Robbie's made sure he cleared his lines. Lennon Walker with an up and under. Ross will be in there challenging for it. Again, it'll be a broken record on this one. Old Reg almost managing to trundle his way through. Bit of a broken record with this, but in terms of the play that...
Official catch-up.
The way that Ross has developed his game over the years and able to play that kind of target man role and hold off a lot of these defenders in the Lowland League, given Ross's height and stature, it's an art form that he's managed to perfect, and he's a very difficult obstacle to move for those defenders once he gets himself set into that position. And we're going to see a substitution here from Newton Stewart. Stuart McClimate is coming on, and Jack Marshall is coming off. Again, Jack Marshall, a player I thought played quite well in the first half. For Newton Stewart, certainly saw plenty of the ball and was a threat to the Braves. We'll be restarting Robbie Stewart. Drysdale to put pressure on Butterworth. Reg McLaren. Oh, he's tried to play that ball through for the on-rushing Lennon Walker. Getka, MacArthur to Stewart. That lovely little triangle there just to get the Braves back in control of the ball. Yeah, that's one for Butterworth to chase. And Reg is out there straight away as well to put pressure on McClimate, who's just come on. Getka. He's found McNeil. Ross McNeil, he's managed to get a touch onto that. Can Lennon get it under? Unfortunately, Lennon just couldn't get it under control. Harry Hay, Newton Stewart. He's managed to win his side of throw-in. Yeah. Somebody who very much in the know in the chat there, I would imagine. The official catch-up. There's a very good chance he could be a league all-time top goal scorer. I'm sure Ross might be able to tell you that himself if you were to ask him. I know he keeps an eye on his goals tally. Substitution for the Braves there. Kind of straight swap. John Guthrie for Christian Getka. Straight away, John getting the captain's armband off of Ross. Butterworth turns back to MacArthur in the muddy. It's another game where I've been impressed with Ryan Murray, his use of the football. It's a lovely ball over. Lennon Walker has clipped him on his shoulder though. Almost. We've not quite seen the highs that we saw from Lennon Walker in the early season. Be good to see him getting back to that level. Oh, Ross again, there we go, exactly what I was talking about. Ross using his body, bringing that ball under control and getting the Braves off and running again. Butterworth, he'll fancy taking his man on. Oh. That's cleared out. Greg Stewart now, lovely touch from Greg Stewart. Just turning away from the pressure that Craig McCulloch was putting on him. McKean there. He's managed to get that up to Harry Hay, who's fighting for that ball with Robbie Stewart. Certainly putting in a shift, Harry Hay. Trying to get that ball back under control for his teammates. He is quite often the outball in the second half. Reg McLaren, that's into Lennon Walker. Now Lennon looking to play Ross McNeil in, but he is offside. He's just a yard or two off. But Ewan Drysdale there in the goal for Newton Stewart. After such a good first half, he was quick off his line, managed to clear that danger. Wasn't relying on the assistant referee's flag coming up. That's out for a goal kick to the Braves. Not that I'm trying to jump past this game, but just as a reminder to everyone that we boys will be heading out to Italy on Thursday for the Phoenix Trophy Final Four. A semi-final coming up against Sport of Belgium on the Saturday. Reg now trying to put pressure on, and Drysdale there just making sure he clears it. So that'll be a corner kick to the Braves. As I was saying, just a reminder, we'll be heading out on Thursday with the first semi-final on the Saturday. Now we understand that the Phoenix Trophy group are going to be streaming the games all through their YouTube channel. So keep an eye out for the links to those games. 2 semi-finals on the Saturday, third, fourth playoff, and the final itself on the Sunday. Adam has asked me to put it out to people if they would like probably an X Spaces commentary. I would imagine. Not sure in terms of what commentary the Phoenix group are going to be providing. But if people do want the option of an X Spaces commentary as well, we can certainly see what we can do. Let us know. We're going to see another substitution for the Braves here. Aidan Clockery coming on for Connor McLaren. And what that means is we're seeing Zach Butterworth move out to that left wing back position, and Aidan Clockery playing on this right hand side. Greg Stewart looking for that run in behind Ryan Murray this time. Oh, lovely touch by Ryan. Just looking for an overlap. Aidan Clockery's there. Aidan just trying to take on his man. And he's going to take the corner. Good play from Ryan Murray and Aidan Clockery down that right hand side. Ryan swing this ball in left footed. It's towards the back post. Greg Stewart is just over him. Can Aidan get a touch? Nice turn back in and met by Fraser Anderson from the Stewart. He's managed to put that clear. Let his defence reset. And after taking the corner on one side, we see Ryan jog over for that long throw. Now we don't have the height of young Jack McCardle in the second half. It's really Greg Stewart. But you see Reg there at the near post making as much of a nuisance of himself as he can. John Guthrie trying to come across there. Butterworth. Again, those dancing feet. He's just burst through the defence. Right to the byline, tries to cut it back towards McNeil. That's behind him though. Aaron Drysdale there, nice turn. Try to get a bit of space, get the ball out. And he has done. It's a heavy touch though by the Newton Stewart. Robbie Stewart was right onto that. And he skips past another. He's got Lennon Walker. That's a bit more pace on the ball to Lennon there. He could have been in. But we're out with Aidan Clockerty. Clockerty now. Guthrie on the overlap. He's lifted that towards the back post where Ross McNeil is. And Ross's eyes have lit up on the volley for his hat-trick. But he very much got under that one. I mean, on his left foot there.
Someone said no. And they were right.
Walker now. Murray. Butterworth now. Again, Zach's past his man. To the byline for the touch. Lennon Walker. John Guthrie. And it's in 4-1. It took a deflection on the way, but we'll give it to John. That was certainly on target. Again, Butterworth there just skipping past his man with relative ease. And good ball across the front of the goal. 4-1 to the Braves. This is certainly a chalk and cheese second half here. Should we put it down to a tactical masterstroke from Ricky Waddle, the change of formation? Ricky's agreeing. It is a tactical masterstroke. I can see him down there. So, worthwhile point out, we did have 3 really good chances in the first half as well, and some good goalkeeping from Ewan Drysdale in the Newton Stewart goal, preventing Ross McNeil twice on another occasion. Butterworth again. Zach will be wanting as much as the ball as he can. He's certainly got the beating of his man down there on that left-hand side. That's a good ball. If Lennon Walker, it's just in front of Lennon. I'm sure Lennon will be desperate to try and get on the score sheet as well. Good to see John Guthrie getting another goal. Yeah, probably one of his highest scoring seasons this season, I think. Of course, we remember the equaliser against Celtic B as well was another nice finish for John coming in towards that back post as he did there. That'll be a corner kick to the Braves. A wee change in taker this time. I see Lennon Walker going out for this one. That's coming out of the near post, but dealt with there by Aaron Drysdale. Guthrie now. Clockery. Space out on that left-hand side. Butterworth again looking for the ball. Clockery. Just trying to poke that in towards Lennon Walker. But Robbie Stewart's got that. Just saw Reg McLaren. Reg just couldn't get across that front post quick enough. Into the hands of Ewan Drysdale. Looking for the runner, Mark White. MacArthur. Guthrie. Is that Robbie Murray there from left back, pressurising John Guthrie for Newton Stewart. See a change here for the Braves coming up. We see Lewis Allen coming on, and Ryan Murray coming off a good solid performance from Ryan Murray in midfield. Get a chance to rest his legs ahead of the trip to Italy. And a chance for Lewis Allen to come on. We've not seen too much of Lewis this season. I think he spent a bit of time out on loan. Don't think we're going to see much in terms of change of formation for that. I think it's a kind of like-for-like midfield replacement. Guthrie now. Ross McNeil in the centre of midfield. With MacArthur. Braves just working the ball across the width of the pitch, looking for that run, that bit of space. That'll be another corner kick to the Braves. Ball was just over Aidan Clockerty's head. You see Lennon Walker coming out to take this corner. Driven in. Oh, just misses Lewis Allen there. Now Guthrie. Reg McLaren. There goes Guthrie. You see some tiring legs here maybe from Newton Stewart. Ross McNeil's going to fancy this one. A bit of a deflection and in the arm. Safely into the hands of Ewan Drysdale. Alright, I think we're going to see potentially a triple change from Newton Stewart. Just to make my life nice and easy. What we're going to see is Robson Atherton, Kyle Moffat, and Rory Drysdale coming on. Coming off is Callum MacDonald, Harry Hay, and Callum McKend. So, first coming on, number 18, that's Robbie Atherton. Number 12 is Kyle Moffat, and number 19 is Rory Drysdale. Looks like Rory Drysdale's going to go straight up front, with Robbie Atherton and Kyle Moffat into the defensive line, I think. Of course, Newton Stewart now going to have to try and throw as much as they can at this. They're certainly heading out of the tournament at this point in time. Again, Ross just using his body there. Last few minutes, Ross and Reg switching positions a wee bit, and Reg leading the line for a wee bit, and Ross trying to fill in that kind of number 10 role. But we're switching back now. Oh, wind's picking up a wee bit here. That ball's floated in straight towards Rory Drysdale. Again, trying to use his power. Mark MacArthur putting his foot through that. Picked up by Aaron Drysdale now. Butterworth, has he got a touch? Butterworth has got a touch. He's got runners either side. McLaren, is he going to feed that across to McNeil? It's going to... Oh, a covering. That's good covering there by Robson Atherton. Just in between both Zach Butterworth and Ross McNeil there, and the Newton Stewart defenders managed to clear his lines. Is the green thing an AI camera? It's a software system that a lot of the clubs use. Oh, and Reg there getting his head onto that. Software system a lot of clubs use for tracking performance and analysis. It's called a VIO. Very, very common in football for those to be used. It's one we use, and I've seen Newton Stewart's there. It's probably the one that you guys have spotted on screen, just down below us. Just lets the coaches then really pick apart the game in terms of statistics and analysis. Everything from passing, tackles, player movement, heat maps, all those sort of things. Can Speedy do colour commentary? Well, you'll need to ask Speedy on that one. I see people have volunteered him. Yes, I know he's got a very tight timetable for when he's in Italy. Butterworth again now on his left foot, but that one's gone out of play. He's just trying to feed that one across. He's got underneath it on that left foot. Again, Zach getting himself to that byline. John Guthrie is, as always, in the war, in the battle. He's picked up a bit of a knock. We got a couple of owners over up from I think down in England today. Tom and Josh. Tom is Josh's dad. He bought a share in the Braves for Josh's birthday, his 18th birthday, and they've managed to come up this weekend to catch a game. And I understand they're going to the Old Firm tomorrow as well, so I'm sure they'll be looking forward to that. Bit of a weekend in Glasgow. Ibrox, isn't it? No, I think it's Ibrox. Should just ask some of the players. Most of them are all Celtic or Rangers. Yeah, as pointed in the chat there, in terms of the final, it'll be against Gretna. Not 100% sure. Certainly last year's final was in Annan. Lovely little stadium down in Annan. Lovely bit of the world. So we'll hopefully wait and find out. And the game against Gretna, absolutely. Gretna have improved greatly throughout the season as well. It'll be a tough game. And confirmation that the Old Firm is at Ibrox tomorrow as well. Walker now. Again, just get himself in a bit of time and space. That's good play by Lennon. Butterworth. Back to Robbie Stewart. The boys maybe just looking to manage this game and work our way towards a... He's looking for Butterworth. Zach will bring that down. Again, straight away wanting to face up his man, and he gets past him to that byline, looking to cut it across. This time he's hit the back of Zach's service and out for a corner kick. Butterworth has been a huge thorn in the side of Newton Stewart in the second half. Now McLaren looking for Ross McNeil. How Ross managed to bring that down on his chest is a bit ridiculous. He was completely surrounded by Newton Stewart defenders. Unfortunately, we have lost John Guthrie. Hopefully John isn't seriously injured. That's a ball over the top, but an easy one for Ewan Drysdale. I think we might indeed have all the Drysdales haven't had a game now. I mentioned earlier there was 4 of them in the squad. I think all of them have perhaps managed to get a few minutes into the game. Now Lewis Allen. He's through that midfield, lovely play. Oh, lovely ball to Ross McNeil. Left foot. Oh, what a save again from Ewan Drysdale. Let Ross with a look back at the goalkeeper after denying him his hat trick. That was a great save by Ewan Drysdale. Not sure Ross could believe that he had managed to get a hand onto that. I know he's conceded 4 goals, but he has had a good game. Certainly not done himself any harm. McLaren, oh, off the post and the crossbar. Oh, Reg. A deft little touch on the head from Reg McLaren off of the left-hand post up onto the crossbar, and still it just wouldn't bounce to the other side of the line. Allen there. Yeah, well into stoppage time now. Braves seen this game out with 10 men and John Guthrie off. We've used our substitutions with a fairly commanding lead Ricky. Hopefully have plenty of confidence in the lads just to see this one out now. Burning light. Okay, just looking for Ross McNeil again. Try to hold off 2 defenders this time. Certainly a physical challenge, but there goes Reg. Greg Stewart winning that battle. Stewart trying to keep the ball in play, which managed to do so. Craig McCulloch. It was Zach Service who kind of went through the back of Ross McNeil. Lennon Walker now. He's got Aidan Clockery on the outside. Clockery. He's gone past his man. Can he get past the second? The byline. Oh, he almost did. Came off Aidan at the end there. And Aidan, he's just kicked the ball away. We're going to see a yellow card. It's Lewis Allen and Lennon Walker now looking for Ross McNeil. He's got Zach Service with him. Oh, Service now, second chance at that clearance, only as far as Lewis Allen. Allen skips through between 2. A hat-trick haggis. Okay. Clockery. Reg McLaren. That's Kyle Moffat sticking to his task there, and Braves picking up the throw-in. Lewis Allen showing for the ball now. Good bit of strength by Lewis, and he's won the Braves a corner. See Lewis getting himself involved in the game since he came on. As I say, we've not seen him too much in a Brave shirt this season. But no. Move back to the Italy trip, not trying to make people jealous, but again, having a bigger squad as possible going over there, and the links of Lewis Allen and a lot of these players play 2 games back to back. We're certainly going to need as many bodies as we can. That's in towards Reg again. He's won his header, but just couldn't get on target. And that's a full-time whistle. So the Braves run out 4-1 winners. And we progress into the final against Gretna, the Southern Counties Cup. Next up for the Braves, another semi-final on Saturday. I hope as many people as possible can tune in. Yeah, it's British in Sport, the Belgian outfit. Please remember, we are the first semi-final on Saturday. I cannot remember the kick-off time. I think it's about
2 p.m. and then 4:30 p.m. is the other one. But
we think around about 2 p.m. kick-off, and that'll be 2 p.m. Italy time, so Central European time. Yeah, 1 p.m. UK time. I'm not sure what that would translate to in terms of the US and other places, but yeah, please, if you get a chance, join us there. Hope everybody enjoyed the second half, and maybe not talk too much about the second half today. And you all have a fantastic weekend, and hear from us again very soon. Thanks very much, folks.